Christmas things, families and gatherings, wassailing, caroling, under boughs of evergreen, feel it in the air. Merry hearts without a care. See them go in the snow, laughing, sleighing down the slope, which is cold, heart of low, shiver as the north wind blows, feel it in the air. Merry hearts without a care. For the love of Christmas. Snowball fight, what a sight! Happy children all a-fright, feel it in the air. Merry hearts without a care. Soon it's time, cut the pine, holly berry, garden vines, twinkling fine, lipstick pine, ornaments at Christmas time, feel it in the air. Merry hearts without a care. Oh, love of Christmas everywhere. I wish a Merry Christmas wish filled with candy cane and gumdrop cake, a penny worth of licorice chew. Aren't you glad it's Christmas when all your dreams come true? I wish a Merry Christmas wish filled with spinning tops and building blocks, brains and soldiers shining new. Aren't you glad it's Christmas when all your dreams come true?
Oh, I'd love to see a little bit of Christmas, just a peek inside a bundle neath the tree. Boxes trimmed up bright, holding joys tied up tight, and ribbons bearing names of you and me. Oh, I tattle for a little bit of Christmas, just a little bite tonight. Cozy's at the best, pot of tea and hot bread, and sitting by a fire would be just right.
I wish a Merry Christmas wish filled with candy cane and gumdrop cake, a penny worth of licorice chew. Aren't you glad it's Christmas when all your dreams come true? I wish a Merry Christmas wish filled with spinning tops and building blocks, braves and soldiers shining new. Aren't you glad it's Christmas? Aren't you glad it's Christmas? When all your dreams come true. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, la 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 la. Throw ye into Yuletide carol, la 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 la. See the raising Yule before us, la 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 la. Strike the harp and join the chorus, la 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 la. Follow me in merry measure, la 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 la. For until a Yuletide treasure, la 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 la.
find myself here in a beautiful season. My mission is clear, and love is the reason. So why am I longing, and why am I wishing for home and belonging? A tree in the window, the room all aglow, and Christmas lights, they're dancing in the eyes of a child who knows the joy of the morning when presents appear. Oh, how I am longing for home, for home.
Stories for a penny. A penny. Yuletide stories. Tales of adventure. Travel with me to foreign shores. Stories for a penny. Happy tales. Sad tales. Listen for a penny. And stories of love. Love stories. My favorite ones. They catch your heart in a little twang and bring a tear to the eye. And isn't that what life is really? Story upon story, building layers of history, intertwining existence after existence, until humankind is one massive woven blanket, wrapping all of time up in a ball. Well, storytellers do tend to get a little poetic. Henry H. Higginbotham III, storyteller by trade, a penny a tale, and Christmas, the season of love. What better time for stories? Stories of tinsel and snow and joy to the world. Family memories around the dinner table, twinkling light on the tree stories. Stories that are real, not penned by the author's hand, passed down in the pages of gilt-edged volumes. No. Stories created by the conflict of minds, seeking answers, finding answers, holding them in their hearts, then sharing them with the ones they love. Yes, under all the lights and Yuletide trappings that wrap up this town, any town at Christmas time, you will find such stories in the making. The Chesterfield home, where one such story is unfolding at this very moment. There's Mrs. Chesterfield, wearing Christmas around her neck like an ornament to be polished. Little William, with the twinkle of St. Nick in his eye. Miss Amelia, oh, Miss Amelia. Thank goodness for the quiet wisdom of Aunt Claire. And, oh dear, I really shouldn't be telling you everything, even if I am. Henry H. Higginbotham, storyteller by trade, but I will just mention Emily Ann, the little girl with a big conflict, torn between the tinsel memories of past Christmases and the strange new stirring in her heart. Well, there I go again. I do believe the family has finished their supper and has made their way into the parlor. You're more than welcome to join them for the rest of the story. Love stories. My favorite kind. The greatest story ever told was a love story. But we'll talk about that later.
Coal in your stocking, toys on the tree, a bag of switches. What will it be?
Insufferable brat!
Millions of love, millions of love.
You wouldn't know what love was if it bit you on the ear.
Children.
You'll have nothing but coal in your stocking.
Amelia.
Sorry, Mom.
There is far too much work to be done for all this foolishness. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. There is gifts to wrap, silver to polish, the tree to trim, the pudding to bake. Oh, the plum pudding. I do hope Cook gets it right this year. And I better make sure we have enough of those little tartlets. The ones the Farthington sisters like. Oh, there's just so much to do. Idle hands make for a dull mind. Let's put you to bed early tonight.
Oh, Mother, yes, Mom, yes, Mom.
Polish that spot long enough and it will match the gleam in your eye.
Oh, Aunt Claire.
Little William has finally settled down.
It's just the Christmas in him. All the hurry and flurry around this house would give anyone a sleepless night.
Oh, now, Claire, you know how important it is to have everything done up perfectly pretty for the holidays. Speaking of children, where's Emily Ann?
Honestly, Mums, she could help out a little more around here. She's probably out looking for another stray cat to drag home.
Emily Ann has been sitting on the steps, buttoned up to her chin in her little coat, hat in hand, waiting patiently for her father to come home. He promised her at breakfast he would take her to the square tonight.
Promises. But a child should know that a man in a position such as a father has more important things to do than last-minute Christmas shopping. Dear Claire, how can you see your stitching in such dim light?
Yes, madam.
The lamps need lighting, Oliver.
Yes, madam.
Oh, and Oliver, when you're finished, we'll have tea.
Oh, Mums, can we have the cinnamon tonight?
Oh, I suppose so. Christmas and cinnamon do seem to go together, don't they?
Very good, madam.
Oh, and Oliver, have Cook see me, please.
Very good, madam.
I think Emily Ann has been sitting on the stairs long enough.
Oh, quite right. She'll catch a fever for sure.
I'll fetch her.
Don't miss your tea, Claire. I love Christmas, it is absolutely without question positively lovely. I love Christmas, it is absolutely without question my most favorite season of the year. Things in boxes to be found, polished, hung and moved around. Gifts are bought and wrapped, we need some more. A lovely tour. Up the ladder, out the door, I shall pay, but give me more.
I love Christmas, it is absolutely without question positively lovely. I love Christmas, it is absolutely without question
My most favorite season of the year.
things in boxes to be
Found, polished, hung and moved around.
Gifts are bought and wrapped, we need some more.
a lovely chore. I love Christmas, I love Christmas, I positively, absolutely do.
I anticipate each coming year. Oh, welcome thou patrols of joyous cheer. I cling to it with all my might and hold my breath till Christmas night. To everyone, it's very clear.
Very clear.
Very clear.
Very clear.
She loves Christmas, it is absolutely, without question, positively lovely. She loves Christmas, it is absolutely, without question, her most favorite season of the year. Things in boxes to be found, polished, hung, and moved around. Gifts are bought and wrapped, we need some more. A lovely shore.
Up the ladder, out the door. I shall favor, give me more.
I love
Christmas, it is absolutely, without question, positively lovely. She loves Christmas, it is absolutely, without question, her most favorite season of the year. Things in boxes to be found, polished, hung, and moved around. Gifts are bought and wrapped, we need some more. A lovely chore. I love Christmas, I love Christmas, I positively, absolutely do.
I make my list and check it once or twice. 3 times, 4 times, 5 times must suffice. There's no time to sit inside. Ho, 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 or humbug time. The goose is cooked, and so am I.
So am I.
So am I.
So am I.
She loves Christmas, it is absolutely, without question, positively lovely. She loves Christmas, it is absolutely, without question, her most favorite season of the year. Things in boxes to be found, polished, hung, and moved around. Gifts are bought and wrapped, we need some more. A lovely chore. I love Christmas, I love Christmas, I positively, absolutely, without question, very surely, positively, quite precisely, we agree that she loves Christmas.
Put that down. Oh, Oliver, no. Another.
Done, Mums.
Oh, so am I. Come help with the tree, Amelia. Your father normally does this, but it's getting too late to wait. Amelia? You've been staring out that window as if you've been waiting for someone. Oh, you do look a little flushed. I hope you're not getting sick the day before Christmas Eve.
Oh, Mums.
Yes, madam.
Oh, cook, good. About the plum pudding.
The plum pudding?
You haven't forgotten the plum pudding.
Oh, no. Plum pudding on Christmas Eve on Grandmother Herring's china platter, as always.
Good. Now, the Farthingtons will no doubt come for tea tomorrow. Serve chamomile and peppermint and a tray of those little tartlets, the apricot ones.
Very good, madam.
Oh, and cook. A plate of hazelnut biscuits.
Yes, madam.
Oh, thank you, Oliver. I'll pour. Oh, Oliver, be sure and tell Cook not to go to the market tomorrow. I'm having the box boy stop by with a delivery.
Very good, madam.
Come for tea, Amelia. What is keeping Claire? Oh, there's just so much to do when your father gets home.
Tea, lovey?
There's no time for tea today, Oliver. That is the busiest woman I know.
Definitely the busiest.
And the dizziest.
Absolutely the dizziest. It's a busy, 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 dizzy, 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 busy, busy, dizzy time of year. All the hurry and the flurry and the scurry and the worry that says Christmas is here. It's the glitter and the tinsel and the fruitcake and the schnitzel and the fireplace and the snowflakes in the sky. All the wrapping and the baking and the giving and the taking, and don't forget the pie.
The pie.
It's the tree and the sleighing and the singing and the playing and the carols and the Yuletide melodies. All the hugging and the kissing and the thoughts of loved ones missing and friends who come to tea. Oh, the Farthingtons are coming. We must have more crumpets and tea. Where did you put the crumpets at? Where are the crumpets? Where? No, you don't! We don't have time for this! No way! Oh, it's a busy, dizzy, busy, busy, dizzy time of year!
Oh!
There was a fly, madam.
Awfully cold out here. There's a nice fire in the parlor.
He's not coming.
What?
Father, I mean. I was waiting for him to take me to the square.
I know.
He promised. He always promises.
Sometimes promises are hard to keep.
It should be easy if someone really loves you. I thought Father loved me. I guess fathers are all too busy to keep their promises.
The Father of Christmas kept his promise. A promise as bright as those stars up there.
You mean St. Nicholas?
No, I mean the Father who gave us Christmas and the gift of his Son. That was his promise.
Then, wait. Oh, you're talking about the baby Jesus in the manger.
Mm-hmm.
But why was he a promise?
God, the Father, had long before promised to send a Messiah, a Savior to his people. They had looked for him for so long that many of them had given up hope of God keeping that promise.
Then, Mary got baby Jesus, and no one believed her that the angel said so. And there was no room for them in the inn.
Yes, something like that. And that Father's promise became the gift of eternal love. And, Emily-Ann, your Father does love you.
But what is love really, Aunt Claire? I've been trying to find it all week. The Christmas card says this is the season of love. Amelia says she's in love. William says you can see it in her eyes. Mummy says we get all these presents because they love us. But I can't seem to find love in any of that. Something seems to be missing.
Child, you can find love, but you can't hold it in your hand or put it in a box all done up with a ribbon. There's only one place love can safely be kept.
And where's that, Aunt Claire?
In your heart, Emily-Ann. In your heart. Love is so much more than you can see, more than a box under a tree. It fills the night with laughter when all you have are tears. Love is so much more than what you say, more than a gift to give away. A treasure hidden in your heart just much more than what you know, more than your hands could ever hold. A symphony of music that makes the sad heart sing. Love is so much more than what you feel, more than a dream that is not real. It fills the day with promise when hope seems far away. To think a baby born so long ago would be the Son of God, from the Father's heart, a gift of love, a mystery, a mystery. Do you see, Emily Ann? Far beyond understanding, it's amazing, amazing. This love came down to me, to me. From the Father's heart, a gift of love, a mystery, a mystery. Now, let's go warm ourselves with some tea, dear.
But Father promised.
It's cinnamon.
Seems everyone's too busy this Christmas for a story, even for just a penny. But I see you are still listening. How do you like the story so far? It's a mystery, right? Well, keep listening. It's about to get lots more complicated.
Oh, 'twas good while it lasted, but the day is done, love.
And so is the plum pudding.
Ah, a masterpiece.
We'll let it cool in the pantry overnight. Now, you don't suppose anyone would be bothering it now, do you?
Oh, certainly not. Certainly not. No one would dare touch the plum pudding in this house.
Oh, dear. What about the supper scraps? It's a mite late to be putting them out, don't you think?
If we put 'em out on the stoop, some stray cat might strew 'em about, eh, girl?
Well, they're all wrapped up neat and tidy to keep out the little mice. We'll just keep them right here by the back door, just in case.
Yes, better leave them here, just in case.
I forgot your cream. Come now. Kitty? Must have been starving, Kitty. Come on. Come drink your cream. I can't be leaving it on the stoop all night. Cook would kill me. Come on. Found you.
Please, ma'am. So sorry, little girl. I'm harmless for sure. I'm just hungry. Just hungry.
I thought you were my kitty.
No, I'm just a bum.
Oh.
My apologies, ma'am. I ate your kitty's food. But he doesn't seem to be around tonight.
Didn't you eat supper at your home?
Home? I don't have a home around here.
But everyone must have a home somewhere. You get born somewhere, and that has to be your home. Where did you get born?
I got born in Australia, and that was home. Me, my mom and dad, and sister Anna. And then Mom died. It weren't home anymore. Sister Anna married some proper English merchant to take her out of the bush, and they sailed away, left me and Dad.
My sister, Amelia, is in love with the box boy. I wonder if she will get married and sail away. How romantic.
Romantic. Romantic. Sailing ain't that. I'll tell you myself.
Did you sail away too?
I left the shores of home when I was 18.
But what about your father? How could you go away and leave him all alone like that? I love my father so much. I could never choose to leave him. And I know he loves me.
I love my father too, but he asked me to go. You see, little one, he wasn't long for this world because he was so heartbroken that Anna had left and sailed away, and he wanted me to be with her, to be like a real family. He said he couldn't rest peaceful until he knew I got his last words of love to her, and we could be like a real family again.
Did you find her?
No, not in all those years in ports. This town was my last hope. I had a good lead she was here. Off ships for 3 months to get here in time for the holiday. Used me last quid to get here.
And?
The ticket master at the loading dock said the whole family set sail for America 6 months back with all their possessions. He remembered Anna because of her red hair and her Australian way of talking. So, I find myself here, on the streets. No money, no food, no place to lay me head. A regular bum.
A regular bum. Have you been a bum before?
No, never a bum. Last night, it was so cold. I tried to sneak a little sleep over in the livery stable, but the keeper, he caught me and tossed me out on the street. No room for a stranger in my was what he said it was. This town doesn't take very kindly to foreigners or strangers passing through. Folks often say to remind me, go away, there's no room for you. So I tip my hat and say gently, Madam and good sir, how do you do? They look down their nose, for they suppose I'm nothing but a regular bum.
A bum?
Nothing but a regular bum. A bum. a bum, a regular kind of a bum. Nothing but a regular bum. Extraordinarily ordinary, regular kind of a bum.
You don't seem to be ordinary, a vagabond, a tramp without a home. Maybe you're of a royal family, like a prince, a king upon a throne. So just tip your hat and say politely, Madam, how do you do? If they only knew what I know of you, you're something, but never a bum.
A bum?
Something, but never a bum. A bum, a bum. Exceptional, kind of a bum. Something, but never a bum. Extraordinarily ordinary, regular kind of a bum. Extraordinarily ordinary, regular kind of a bum.
Extraordinary.
Extraordinarily
Ordinary.
ordinary,
Regular kind of a bum.
It's getting colder. Father said it was going to snow tonight.
Yeah, the chill's already setting in. That's why, when I smelt that pot roast out your kitchen window, I almost got brave enough to knock on the door. But I couldn't risk getting another one slammed in my face. So I thought to myself, I'll just let the smell warm me bones.
Well, you can't stay out here tonight and freeze. It's not safe. Everyone deserves a warm bed. I keep Kitty warm on a little straw bed I make for her under the stoop. But where can I put you?
You've already put me somewhere, love.
I have? Where?
Fit for a prince, wouldn't you say?
Oh, my coat is too little to keep you warm. I know. Good night, sir.
Night, love.
Mr. Bum, sir, would you know what love is?
Love? Love is a scrap of warm pot roast and a bit of cover on a cold winter's night. So why am I longing and why am I wishing? Oh, how I am longing for home, for my home.
Oh dear, it's already past and there's still so much to do. And you can be sure the Farthingtons will be here any minute for tea. One would think that they would be more polished than to visit for tea on the busiest day of the year. But none of them attended finishing school, so what can one expect? William, what are you doing?
Prunella Farthington for tea. I'm ready. Do you hear?
Enough of that.
The plum pudding is prepared, and we have quite enough crumpets and tea.
For crumpets and tea, is it come for crumpets and tea?
Oh, hi.
Sister Lucinda and me, we have come for crumpets and tea. Yes, we come for crumpets and tea. We have come for crumpets and tea. Sister Lucinda and me, we have come for crumpets and tea. We know that you've been waiting, those tartlets we smell baking. Soon the fire is warm and cozy. Maybe we can stay till Christmas night. Oh, we come for crumpets and tea. Yes, we come for crumpets and tea. Sister Lucinda and me, we have come for crumpets and tea. We've come for crumpets and tea. Yes, we've come for crumpets and tea. Sister Lucinda and me, we have come for crumpets and tea. We'll sit a little, chat a little, whisper in your ear. Latest town gossip we're sure you want to hear. Oh, we've come for crumpets and tea. Yes, we've come for crumpets and tea. Sister Lucinda and me, we have come for crumpets and tea. We have come for crumpets and tea. We have come for crumpets and tea. Sister Lucinda and me, we have come for crumpets and tea. Let's hurry, don't be late to this important date. Yuletide season comes but once a year. Dear friend, good food right here. We're knocking at your door to say hello once more. Christmas cake and cinnamon tea. Sister Lucinda and me, we have come for crumpets and tea. We have come for crumpets and tea. Sister Lucinda and me, we have come for crumpets and tea.
They have come for crumpets and tea. They have come for crumpets and tea. Lucinda, Prunella, and Fran, you see, have come for crumpets and
We've
tea.
come for crumpets and tea. Yes, we've come for crumpets and tea. Sister Lucinda and me, we have come for crumpets, so we need more crumpets. Could you bring more crumpets? So we need more crumpets. We have come for crumpets and
The Farthington sisters, madam.
What a lovely surprise. Please do come in. I was just telling Claire, Christmas Eve wouldn't be the same without the Farthingtons coming for a visit.
Dear Martha, how do you do it? Christmas seems to bring out the best in you.
Oh, everything is lovely. Just lovely.
Oh, yes, of course. Everything's so perfect. It's almost unreal.
How sweet. You know, I just love Christmas. It's just the loveliest time of the year.
Yes, and it gets lovelier and lovelier and lovelier.
Oliver, tell Cook we'll have tea now, please.
Yes, madam.
Amelia, take Brunella's parcels, darling.
Oh, quite. Thank you, dear. We just stopped by the mercantile to buy cinnamon balls for Papa.
He still likes to get them in his stocking.
Better there than stuck between the pages of his sermon notes.
Prunella, how could I have known he wouldn't find the cinnamon balls until July? Besides, the congregation found it quite delightful.
I suppose you would find it amusing that Lot's wife turned into a pillar of salt and floated around on a deep blue sea on Noah's Ark for 40 days and 40 nights. Poor Papa! Poor Papa! Speaking of ships, while Prunella was getting the candy, I saw Sarah Pilkington talking to Harriet Henley behind the biscuit tins.
She was just walking over to say hello, of course.
Yes. I was just walking over to say hello. We weren't eavesdropping, you understand. Yes, of course, we weren't eavesdropping. I just happened to overhear Sarah tell Harriet that the mayor's daughter did, in fact, elope with that sailor.
The one off the merchant ship?
No!
Yes! Oh, quite!
Lemon, miss.
Cream and 2 sugars, please.
Oh, heaven! Apricot tartlets! Lemon for me, and I think I'll just have one teeny-weeny hazelnut biscuit.
Well,
Did you hear what happened to Harriet at Heather's debutante party? Oh, just imagine being introduced to society. You're coming out.
She came out all right down to her pantaloons.
Coming down the staircase.
Making her grand entrance.
Her skirt got hung. Oh, no!
And her escort just kept right on walking.
It was horrible.
Oh, shame, no.
Oh, it was the event of the year.
Oh. We weren't invited. Quite no. Harriet still had her nose in a pinch from being overlooked at the Christian ladies' tea.
You don't say, Prunella, considering that you were the tail lady responsible for the invitation list.
Oh, more tartlets, tea?
Oh, look at the time. Tea was lovely, Martha dear, but we really should get going. We still have a few things to do before tonight.
Tonight?
The tree lighting ceremony. Surely you haven't forgotten, dear, with the very husband being town councilman and all?
Oh, of course not. I've just been so busy.
Well, I think it's just the loveliest tradition of the year, making me feel all warm and cozy inside, sharing the love of the season with my neighbors.
Yes, it is a good thing. It's the season of love, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Oh, we really must get Father supper. Oh, thank you, dear. It was lovely. Oh, thank you. So sweet. Oh. Thank you.
Where is she going?
Mustn't forget Father Cinnamon Balls.
Fred.
Those tarts are delicious.
Freddie. Oh. Hey, let us go. Come on. Oh.
Let's come along.
Mr. Bum? Oh, Kitty. I thought you were my bum. Well, he's not my bum exactly, but I was hoping he would wait for me. I suppose no one could wait out all the cold forever. Maybe he went to knock on someone else's door, or maybe he sailed away never to return. Oh, Kitty, I should have let him in last night. That would have got me a big bag of switches. Mother barely let me keep you. I brought home a kitty, and a puppy, and even a duck once, but never a bum. But after all, it is Christmas.
Yes, it is Christmas.
If he were here right now, I would invite him for Christmas dinner. I would. Oh, Kitty. Oh, I thought you had gone away. I saved you a biscuit for my breakfast. It got a little crumbled in my pocket. But it still has jam on it. I had a tartlet from tea, but Kitty ate it. I'm sorry, I thought you were gone.
We're even then. I came to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
There doesn't seem to be a place for me around here. And I've got to remember to be about my Father's business and why he sent me so far from home.
But I'll find a place for you in my home.
Me? I already told you. I couldn't get past the front door. I'm tired of getting them slammed in my face. Besides, I don't like to force myself on anyone. I'll wait till I'm invited in.
But I'm inviting you.
But not your family.
That's only because they don't know you. I know. I'm going to tell them all about you. How you left your home and came all this way to tell someone that your father loves them. You're not a regular bum at all. And it is Christmas.
Yes, it is Christmas.
Roast chicken and plum pudding.
Well, if your family wants me, I'll be there. I promise.
Cross your heart, hope to die.
I never break a promise.
it's not in the linen closet. I've looked 3 times.
Calm down, love. White tablecloths just don't disappear into the night. Besides, there's a whole closet full of linens.
But Mrs. Chesterfield wants Grandmother Heron's tablecloth for Christmas dinner under the plum pudding on Grandmother Heron's china platter, as always.
As always. Everything in this house is as always.
And if it's not, it's my job, it is. Now, you wouldn't want to be finding a new cook to share your kitchen, would you?
Oh, love.
Do you think you'll like it? Do you, Emily?
Well, what is it exactly?
Yes, what is it?
It's Father's Christmas gift for his office. I made it myself, so I'll think of me when he's not here.
Oh, I'm sure Father will think of you.
Sorry, baby Jesus. You gotta move over. There's no room for my Father's Christmas gift under here.
Emily Ann, what are you doing?
I'm trying to look into your eyes.
Whatever for?
I want to see what love looks like. William says you can...
Besides, love isn't something you can see. It just happens. Like Christmas. You wait and you wait and you think it will never get here, and then one day...
You're standing under the mistletoe when the box boy comes to the door and...
Emily Ann Chesterfield, you've been reading my diary.
Girls, let's have a little bit more of the Christmas spirit and a little less high-spiritedness.
Mother! Mommy!
Chicken is roasting, pudding is baked, gifts wrapped, stockings hung, Farthington sisters done. The tree, it's not quite right.
Oh, it's a beautiful tree, Martha. I don't believe its branches could hold one more bauble.
It has a star, Mommy. It has a star.
Right you are, William. However did that manage to happen? I'm sure I saw it in the boxes. Help me find it, William. We've never had a tree without a shiny star on top of it.
It seemed a little tarnished this year, Mummy.
Why, Emily Ann.
I was saving it for Father. He always puts it on the tree.
Your father's not here, but Christmas Eve is. I'll have to get Oliver to do it.
But it's the tradition, Martha.
Very well.
Yes, madam.
Oh, never mind, Oliver.
Yes, madam.
Oh, Oliver.
Yes, madam.
Have cook make sure there is plenty of hot cider and biscuits for after the tree lighting ceremony tonight, in case any of our friends want to stop in for a visit.
Very good, madam.
Where was I? The tree.
What is wrong with Amelia? I hardly know her anymore.
It's not her you don't know. It's her heart.
You're late again. What with all there is to do having early supper because of the tree lighting ceremony?
The reason I'm late, as you are well aware, that as town councilman, I'm responsible for that ceremony.
It is Christmas.
There were a lot of last-minute considerations, not to mention the town census that we're required to take this year.
There will be guests tonight, too.
Do you know how many people are in this town? Not to mention the lazy tramps coming in off the streets. Cold weather's driving them into town.
The fireplace is nearly empty. I'm afraid to even ask if you remember the Yule log. Well, did you?
Hurry, the Yule log. Can I bring it in? Can I,
Father?
Yes, Miss Emily Ann.
Don't bother your father right now, Emily Ann. He has more important things on his mind.
But I want to ask.
It's too late to add anything to our Christmas list,
But
Emily
Father,
Ann.
it's
All right. One at a time. Yes, Martha, I didn't forget your Yule log or your guests. Amelia, you're too young to have those stars in your eyes. Fetch me a cup of tea. William, you can bring in the Yule log if you think you're big enough. And Miss Emily Ann. Now, what is so important that it can't wait until your poor, tired father has his feet in a pair of warm slippers?
If your family wants me, I'll be there. I promise. I promise.
Emily Ann?
I want to ask your friend to Christmas dinner.
Don't be silly, girl. All of your friends have their own fine homes to have Christmas dinner in, and that's where they belong, with their families.
Your mother's right, of course. Besides, you really have no room here for anyone else.
But we have so much Christmas here. Couldn't we share a little of it?
A little sharing wouldn't hurt anyone around here.
My friend doesn't have a home anymore. He's cold and lonely and hungry.
Oh, Aunt Claire, would you like to share your Christmas dinner with another one of Emily Ann's stray animals?
Emily Ann, I told you, no more cats.
He's not a cat.
Well then, dog, duck, whatever. It's just not our tradition to open our doors to uninvited guests.
Emily Ann, if it's not a cat or a dog or a duck, then what is it?
Well, child, answer your mother.
He's a bum, sir.
A bum? You want to invite a bum to Christmas dinner at my house?
But he's not a regular bum.
Oh, that's disgusting. You wouldn't let her, Father, would you? What would my friends think?
Emily Ann, how often have we told you not to talk to strangers?
But he's not a stranger anymore. I know him, and you can know him too, if you just let him come.
Oh, and how do you know him so well, young lady?
He ate my Kay's food. I let him sleep in the straw under the stoop, and I gave him linen to keep him warm, and...
You gave him my linen?
Can we get it, Father? Can we please?
Emily Ann, you can't trust people like that. There's no saying where he comes from.
Oh, yes, I know where he came from. His father sent him here, from far away, with the promise of love.
Love? What does love have to do with any of this? A bum suddenly appears out of nowhere, bearing a promise of love, sent away from home by his own father? Emily Ann, I'm finding this story of yours totally unbelievable.
Amelia's in love, Amelia's in love.
Mother! But it's Christmas, Father, please, please.
It was Christmas. Oh, my lovely Christmas. My perfectly pretty Christmas.
Please, Father, come on. He's homeless. Come on. Please.
Oh, for the love of Christmas!
No. For the love of Jesus.
Christmas past. The magic of the season, I thought would always last. But it seems there's something missing. I thought maybe you would know, since you were once a gift called love one Christmas long ago. Oh, where is love? What is love? Will I find it in the glow of Christmas time? Can I understand the reason or the rhyme? Oh, where is love? Is it mine? When I find it, will love have room for me? It's my bum. It's my bum.
Sorry, Chop. Can we make some room for the baby Jesus? It is tradition, you know.
No room in the inn, eh? Oh, allow me. Fit for a prince, wouldn't you say?
Wait. Stay. It's a cold night.
Thank you, sir.
Love. Love is a warm wrap on a cold night. Aunt Claire, Aunt Claire.
Welcome, welcome, one and all, to our celebration of Christmas. Just as the faithful gathered in Bethlehem to worship and adore the newborn King, so come now, all ye faithful friends, family, neighbors, and strangers, to rejoice together as did the angels on high that holy night. And as that child of Bethlehem gives us the reason for jubilant celebration, so our own children fill town square with joyful song and festive dance. Come, children, come, and let the celebration begin.
Joy to the world, sing the Lord has come. Sing out joy, joy to the world. Joy, sing out joy, the Lord has come. angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plain.
Good friends, family, and all who have gathered here to share once again the warmth of the season by lighting our hearts and the night with the glow of shared candlelight. As the tree has long stood, so let tradition.
Light 1,000 candles bright around the earth today, and all the beams will shine across the heaven's grand display. As over London tonight, the joyful message brings, the birth of Him our Lord and Christ, our Savior and our King. Brightest star o'er Bethlehem, oh let your precious light shine in with hope and peace toward men in every home tonight. In all our house so cold and dark, please send your warmth sublime. Warmth that comes from Jesus' love. Warmth that comes from Jesus' love. This blessed Christmas time.
That's lovely. Yes, very nice. Henry, you will be joining us for our traditional cup of hot cider, won't you?
Yes, you do look as if you could use an extra share of warmth tonight.
Yes, couldn't we all?
Father, can I please bring my friend to Christmas dinner?
Emily Ann, we spoke about this. I don't think... Well, of course, it is Christmas.
Coming?
I promised, didn't I?
Yes, a promise as bright as those stars.
And that's the end of our story, but only the beginning of the story of love. Love worth more than a penny a tell, but free to one and all.
Gifts to bring, pretty things, families and gatherings. What do you think? Looks like Christmas. Rosary, caroling, 100 boughs of evergreen. Whistling bees, song of fun. What a sight! Happy children all afright. What do you think? Looks like Christmas. Sailing home in the snow. Folks are smiling, fires crackling. The children know about Christmas. What do you think? Looks like Christmas. Whistle and wink, it looks like Christmas. I wish a Merry Christmas wish filled with candy cane and gum cake, big worth of liquor shoe. Aren't you glad it's Christmas when all your dreams come true? I wish a Merry Christmas wish filled with Sandy Thompson building blocks, braves and soldiers shining new. Aren't you glad it's Christmas? Aren't you glad it's Christmas? Come true. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don't we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. From the ancient to the carol, fa la 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 la. Without a care, winds are cold, high low, shiver as the north wind blows. Looks like Christmas. Folks are smiling, fires crackling. Children know we looks like Christmas. Whistle and wink, looks like Christmas. Whistle and wink, looks like Christmas.